Hey guys, how's it going? I am here in my pajamas. I had today's video all filmed, I was sitting down ready to edit it, and then Hailey from Leadinglady posted a tag and tagged me, and I need to do this video instead because I am in love. This is the Animal Crossing personality book tag. I love Animal Crossing so much, I own all the games. I'm going to be pre-ordering the new one on this Friday actually when I get paid. The leaf on my neck is the Animal Crossing leaf. One of my oldest friends, Jeff, if you're watching, I love ya. I met technically through Animal Crossing and Neopets, but I just love this game so much. So when I saw this tag, I knew I needed to do it, so here I am. If you're not super familiar with Animal Crossing, these questions are all based off of the personality types that the villagers can have, which is just such a cool idea, and anyway, I'm going to stop gushing now and just get right into the questions. Question number 1, Peppy. A character from a book you'd feel peppy about moving into your Animal Crossing town. So I feel like this character does not fit this personality type at all, but I'm going to go with Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol. Hear me out. My all-time favorite Animal Crossing character is Butch. I love him. He is so grumpy. I just really love the grumps. So I think that Scrooge would just be such a fun character for me. He would be one of my favorites. I just think that that would be a perfect addition to my town. So Ebenezer Scrooge, there's a tent waiting for you. Question number 2 is Uchi? It means big sister. A book that has a sibling relationship you enjoy. Bonus points for a sister relationship. For this one, I'm going to go with The Sisters from Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart, Nomi and Serena. Hey, comment. I really liked this book. It's actually the first booktube video I ever did was a review of this book. Fun fact. It's not a good video. I would not recommend it. Anyway, I really liked the sister relationship in this. They were opposites but still supportive of each other, but they fought, and it was just a really nice dynamic, and I really liked reading about their relationship. So that's what I'm going to go with. Question number 3, Cranky. A book that made you cranky. I'm going to go with The Pleasure of My Company by Steve Martin. I did not like this book at all. I ended up giving it a 5 out of 10 just because it was almost so bad that it was enjoyable, like in a laughable way. But it really did make me cranky because I had such high expectations, and it was supposed to be this like interesting psychological story, but it's really a very boring book about this guy who's an asshole and disgusting and creepy, and I couldn't stand him at all, and the psychological aspect of it is just a terrible representation of OCD. And yeah, I did not like this. It made me quite cranky at times. I would not recommend this book, and I'm not going to spend any more time talking about it. Question number 4, normal. What kind of books can you always turn to for comfort? So a certain genre, series, etc. I'm actually going to go with an author instead, and that's going to be Roald Dahl. I love his books so much. I've loved them since I was a child, and when I just kind of need like a short little pick-me-up or to get myself out of a reading slump, I love just picking up one of his books because they're short and they're quick, and I always love them. There are so many other authors that I really love, but because I can read his books just in one sitting and just kind of instantly feel better, if I need just like a comfort book, that's where I kind of gravitate. Question number 5, Snooty. A book you enjoyed that no one else seemed to, or an unpopular bookish opinion you have. I don't think there's any books that I really liked that other people didn't, so I'm going to go with an unpopular bookish opinion. This is almost more writing related than reading related, but they're both books. Adverbs are the best. I know that popular writing advice says adverbs are terrible and having too many adjectives, blah blah blah. I love that stuff. If an author can spend 10 pages describing a forest, I'm in love. I really love it when it's slow and overly descriptive. I just find that really fun, specifically for fantasy, because I feel like it's a genre that works in because everything feels so magical. Obviously, it has to be well written, but I think that adjectives are awesome, and I think everyone should use them more. Question number 6, Lazy. A book that took you way too long to finish. For that one, I'm going to go with Les Chevaliers d'Emeraude by Anne Robillard. This one, it took me like a couple months to finish. And in my defense, that's because it is a French fantasy book. I speak French, but my French is mostly school taught and just what I've picked up in conversation. So I don't know a lot of high fantasy words, and it was really hard to kind of get through this book. It was also so slow and repetitive. Like, this is one of the most repetitive books I've ever read. They have to go to like I don't know if you remember how many different kingdoms, and it's pretty much the exact same thing every time. They go, they explain there's danger, they leave. They go, they explain there's danger, they leave. And it was just really monotonous. But if this was a book that was in English, I would just kind of maybe skim past those scenes or just read it quickly. But because I had to kind of translate some of the words in my head and kind of stop to actually think about the context to figure out some words, I couldn't read it as fast as I wanted to. So having to read it a little bit slower and the story being slow and not enjoying it as much as I wanted just made everything feel so much slower, and I just did not want to pick this book up. So yeah, I am going to continue with this series because I've heard it gets better, but this book just took me forever. Question number 7, Smug, a hyped book you have zero interest in reading. I'm going to take the easy answer here and go with whatever the new Shadowhunters book is. I can't remember the name, I'm sorry. I really didn't mind the Infernal Devices series that much. I didn't like the romance in it, and I wasn't attached to any of the characters, but it really wasn't that bad. And I read the first 2 out of 3 Dark Artifices? Those books. I read the first 2 out of 3, and they were okay, but again, I don't really care about most of the characters, although there were more that I liked. And I'm gonna read the 3rd one eventually just to finish the trilogy, but I'm in no rush. And I just don't like the Shadowhunters world enough to have any interest in reading this one, and everybody seems to be very excited about it because I know that a lot of people love Cassandra Clare's books because they have that nostalgia feel to them, but I don't have that. I just read the very annoying teenage characters as an adult and hated them all. So I will not be reading this book. I have no interest. I'm not even curious, but yeah, I'm sorry. Question number 8, Jock, your bookish MVP. So this can be something that completes your reading experience, like a favorite snack, bookmark, type of music, etc. Honestly, it's my library. Being in my library, surrounded by books and the knickknacks that I love and just the overall atmosphere of this room, it's just the perfect reading environment. It also is never complete without a cat on my lap. There she is. Having one of the cats on my lap just really completes the reading experience. And then there are some bonus questions, so like free DLC, if you will, about the main NPCs of the Animal Crossing world, so I'm going to answer those questions too, because yes. The first one is Tom Nook, so that would be an auto by author. But while I was thinking of this, I actually came up with a different answer, and that's going to be Lemony Snicket. This is his collection of just weird little quotes and stuff, but I loved the series of Unfortunate Events. I love anything else I've read by him. I liked his fake autobiography. I liked this weird little book. I think I read one other one by him that was different that I can't remember. But basically, if I see Lemony Snicket's name on something, I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna read it because I just love his writing style so much. I think he's just so weird and sarcastic and dry and so funny. And also, I just think that as an author, Lemony Snicket is a genius. Like, the way that he has created himself as a character is just wild. I have no interest whatsoever in looking up the man behind the Lemony Snicket pen name because I don't care. Ever since I was little, I was so intrigued by him as an author and his backstory, even though I know that it was all fictional. But at that young of an age where authors, not that they didn't mean that much to me, but I just never paid attention to the authors, but being so interested in the author and in his life and in him as a character was just so well done. And I'm still, like, anything with his name on it, I want to pick it up. Next is Isabel, and that is, what is your most ambitious bookish goal for 2020? I'm going to say for mine is going to be getting my physical TBR down and under control. I'll be honest, I said in my 2020 goals video that my goal is to get my physical TBR at less than 100. I honestly really want to get it less than 50, but I don't think that I can do that. But that's my, like, secret stretch goal. That's not a secret anymore because I'm telling you guys. I'd be really happy with 100. I would be satisfied if I could end the year with less unread books than I started with. I would be happy if I could end the year with less than 100 unread physical books. But I would be over the moon if I could end the year with less than 50 physical unread books on my shelves. So yeah, that one is definitely, I think, a little bit too ambitious, but who knows? I'll look back on this at the end of 2020 and we'll see. Next is the Able Sisters, your favorite recent book cover or cover by. I don't really do cover buys all that often because honestly, I don't shop for books by just browsing. Like usually I hear of a book and then I go to look for it. I don't really go to bookstores all that often. I don't really leave the house all that often. Anyways, so I don't really get the chance to do cover buys, but the kind of exception for that was Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. When I first started watching BookTube, I did hear of this book a couple times, but it's one of those books that I think is just very rarely explained well, and I'm not going to try because I don't think that I can do a good job, and I don't like explaining this book. I think that it should be vague, but it just didn't seem super intriguing to me. But then people started holding up the cover, and I am in love with this cover. I like the other cover too, but this cover specifically, I am absolutely in love with. And when I started seeing this, it just kind of made me notice the book more, and then I was looking for more information about the book, and then when I started reading about what it was actually about, I realized it was so up my alley, and I was so excited for it. So that's why I actually bought it, and then I bought the sequel in the paperback that came out because, like, these are gorgeous. They're so nice. Even though it wasn't a cover buy, I looked into it because of the cover. Next is KK Slider. Do you listen to anything while you read? If not, how do you set the reading mood? Every now and then I'll listen to like an instrumental or just some sort of like ambiance music, some sort of like relaxing soundtrack. Sometimes I'll have some of that playing, but not usually. To set the reading ambiance, I really, like I said, I just like being in my library. Like I just get into my comfy clothes and I get all settled in. I get a sleepy kitty on my lap and I just, curl up with a book. I also always have a blanket in here, so I just cover myself up with a blankie and it's just really, really nice. So I guess that's how I kind of set the mood. And last but not least, Brewster, what is your drink of choice while reading? I am going to be super boring and basic, but water. I love water so much. I have my water bottle right here. I don't go anywhere without my water bottle. I don't do anything without my water bottle. I carry it around the house with me. It's on the pillow beside me when I sleep. Like, I love water. So reading, I just love just a nice, simple water, and it's just the perfect, refreshing drink. If I had to pick something aside from water, I guess I would go with chocolate milk because I really, really love chocolate milk. You can see all of comments for floating. I'm sorry. I really love chocolate milk, but I find sometimes when I'm reading, I'm kind of not paying enough attention to the world around me and time passing. So I don't like it because I only like chocolate milk when it's cold. I don't like it when it starts to go like room temperature. So sometimes I take too long to drink it and then it's not like super cold anymore. And same with like warm drinks, like hot chocolate. Usually it's cold chocolate by the time I actually drink it. So water, just because water is the perfect drink. And there you have it. That was the Animal Crossing personality book tag. As always, the original video and all the questions are going to be down below. So if you want to do this tag, which you definitely should, please go ahead and definitely let me know if you do it so I can check it out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button to let me know, and subscribe to stay up to date with the rest of my videos. I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday, usually reading or writing related. So I hope to see you guys next time, and until then, have a great day. Bye!